What's happening? What's happening? I'm a little late. Forgive me. What's going on? First and foremost, I want to say salute to all the veterans. Thanks for your service. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans that's here with us. And to the ones that we lost, we appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you. We all are forever indebted to you, sir. Ma'am. Everybody. But today is kind of a rough day for me. You know, today is my brother's 44th birthday. And, you know, he's been gone since 2017. And, you know, my heart a little heavy today. You know what I'm saying? So when I start the show, I do want to play this song that I tribute to him.
Single parent home.
Yeah.
Mama oldest son, he ain't even past puberty. already holding guns.
R.I.P. to my brother. Let me know if it's too loud, y'all.
Cause he lost his pop at an early age. Turn the page, mama tried to teach him. He wouldn't listen, so she'll beat him, but she couldn't reach him. He barely listening to the preachers. He wanna get in the game. He tired of sitting on the bleachers. He just wanna ball, even though police is playing defense. Now he hitting licks, the whole clique eating something decent. That's that street made allegiance, no leeches, no secrets. Let's get banked like regions that reaches across the region. Cause tomorrow ain't promised, probably blow it in the weekend.
Shout out to Action Jackson, 88. Let's go.
You gain fame,
and everybody know your name. You had kids, found a wife.
Man, I swear.
She said, OMG, rap I hate. Good grief. Don't hate the rap.
Yeah, let's go.
This good rap, Miss Adika. This dedicated to my brother. So, sorry if you hate it, you know. Just mute me for a second. This is dedicated to my brother. It's his 44th birthday. He's been gone since 2017. And if y'all just get in the building, like I said, I got a heavy heart today. So, bear with me.
Yeah, let's go. Single parent home, mama oldest son, he ain't even past puberty, already holding guns. He was stuck in his ways, a young boy full of rage, cause he lost his pop at an early age. Turn the page, mama tried to teach him. He wouldn't listen, so she'll beat him, but she couldn't reach him. He barely listening to the preachers. He wanna get in the game, he tired of sitting on the bleachers. He just wanna ball, even though police is playing defense. Now he hitting licks, the whole clique eating something decent. That's that street made allegiance, no leeches, no secrets.
Let's get banked like regions that reaches across the region. Shout out to True Vibes.
Probably blow it in the weekend. That's just part of the game.
Drop some bands on your chain, now you gain fame. And everybody know your name. You had kids, found a wife. Man, I sweat it's a shame. Wrong place, wrong time on the day that you get slain. Man. That's dedicated to my brother, y'all. So y'all gotta forgive me. But we in the building today, man. Shout out to all the veterans. We appreciate everything y'all do. Thanks for pulling up and stopping by. To everybody in the chat, we in the building. Like I said, man, y'all just don't know. I'm a little sad today. Like I said, man, today my brother's birthday, and like, you know, I miss my brother, so, you know. But, how y'all doing this morning, man? We in the building. I'm going to get back lit today. So, let me get back into focus, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Mr. Deacon Child, the team mom. Shout out to you. Sorry for hurting your ears with the rap, but, you know, I am a rapper, ma'am, so I apologize. Shout out to True Vibes. Shout out to you. Shout out to Andrew Knox. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to Action Jackson. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up on the kid this morning. But, man, we got some interesting news going on. We know everybody is selling out to OBJ, and I like it. You know, I had called Mr. Boss Cowboy sports show last night. Shout out to Boss Cowboy. And I said, in my opinion, you know, the Cowboys a little bit thirsty. But, you know, it's a good thing because we've been bougie for years, y'all. Like, we don't want to talk to nobody for years. She said, Miss Adika said, is it Dave to come out? I don't know what you're saying, Miss Sadiqa. Forgive me. She said, sorry for the loss. Miss Action Jackson, sorry for the loss for you, bro, man. I know. Yes, it does. I'm glad I ain't tear up on here, so y'all probably have me a Jordan meme on here. I have my Jordan meme, Landlord Jordan meme out here. But she said, safe to say come out. I don't know. But yeah, man, everybody rolling out the red carpet for Mr. OBJ. And like I said, this is what I said to Boss Cowboy. I said, we appearing to be just a tad bit thirsty. Just a little bit thirsty. But it's a good thing because the Cowboys been a little bougie for years. Like, we don't want nobody. We just been sitting in the corner in the club. We ain't talk to nobody. We just sitting over there, with our suit on and ain't studying nobody. We ain't shooting no shots. So now I feel like this is a calculated shot. And you better believe this came down from the, from the top down, because everybody is on board. Like, this is a conversation that was had behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So everybody already talked about this. Everybody saying the same things. Everybody is very fond of OBJ and rolling out the red carpet. And I like it because I had an analogy. I said the Cowboys is similar to a point guard in this scenario, because a good point guard knows that it's not his duty to just score every play. You know what I'm saying? A good point guard knows when to shoot his shot, and he knows when to score and when to facilitate. And that's what it seems like the Cowboys are doing. They taking a very, very calculated shot, and I think we're gonna hit our net. So I'm very, very happy that we are like showing intent, being very, being very straightforward in what we want in this situation. So shout out to the Cowboys for not being bougie no more. We need OBJ. Not saying that we can't function without him, but he'll be the cherry on top of this Sunday. And, I like that. I think we can very much so use him today. You understand? We can use him. So make no mistake about it. I feel like he is similar to, like I said, when you walking up on a young man, when you a young man approaching a young lady, that's that spray of that YSL on there. You understand? That's just that little hint of YSL that make you smell good when you're approaching your young lady's friend. You understand? You might be okay without it. You understand? You can function without it. But when you add that little seasoning on there, when you put that little sauce on there, you be way more effective. You understand? You be way more effective. So I appreciate that, man. I think we can do very much good with Mr. OBJ. But one thing I did notice, it is a lot of injuries, and a lot of people on our team got healthy over the bye week. So shout out to Mike McCarthy for giving them boys the whole week off. I think that was big.
Let's go.
I think that was a big thing to do for him, to give them the whole bye week off. Because, the Cowboys of old might have not been able to survive this. But I believe everybody knows, we got responsible adults in the building. Everybody understands what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. And they handled it accordingly. And I'm pretty much happy about it because, sometimes, a lot of people think you might have to just work and never get a break. You want your players to be focused, but that little time off works wonders for people sometimes. Like, it gives you a chance to, remember what you're doing it for. It gives you a chance to put it out into perspective and get a good grasp on what you're trying to accomplish and be able to reset, re-engage, and come back in fully focused. I seen a lot of people on the interviews saying they went and seen their family and stuff like that. That stuff right there works wonders for a team that's, trying to see the bigger picture and stay focused. So I love it. Like, you cannot coach every player the same. some players need that little break off. You know what I'm saying? So sort of like Dennis Rodman when they was on their championship run with the Bulls, man. Dennis Rodman, you just can't work him all day. They understood that, hey, we need to give Dennis a little break. And they let Dennis go to Vegas, and he came back, and they won a championship. So, you know what I'm saying? Every player can't be coached the same. Some people need that time off to stay sane and stay grounded and be able to refocus when they come back. So that's big for Mike McCarthy, giving them the whole entire week off. Everybody got healthy. Everybody got refocused. Everybody is back and better than ever. And I can't wait to see us turn up on this field for Big Mike. Yes, indeed. You know this one right here is for Big Mike. We know that. You understand? We understand that Big Mike want this game regardless of what he says. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what he says, he want this game. You know what I'm saying? He might not want to just come on out and say, hey, I need this bad. I need it bad. Like that white stuff. Like Pookie need that stuff, you understand? He don't want to just come out and say he need it bad. He itching for this win. But you best believe he is. Shout out to Big Flock in the building. Shout out to you, sir. Said we will get OBJ news today, I think. Yeah, I think they said today is the day that he will officially be like cleared to play. So this is a big day for the OBJ type vibes. Like if we gonna get him, today will be a very outstanding day to get that good news. Hopefully before we get off of this live, we get some OBJ news and say, hey, we got him, it's in the bag, it's a wrap, and we gonna turn up in this thing. You understand? We gonna turn up in this thing. That's what we gonna do. So hopefully that's the type of vibes we on. You know what I'm saying? And I can see it. So one thing I did want to discuss before I get off OBJ, I know everybody tired of OBJ, but it's in the news, it's hot, it's a hot topic, so it's going to be talked about. Sorry. So one thing that nobody's talking about as far as OBJ go, do y'all think the fact that, you know, if you going to put any team on OBJ, you going to say he a giant over anything. Like the Browns, that was a short stint. The Rams, that was a very short stint. So if you're going to put him on any team, he would be a giant. So do y'all think the fact that he's basically a giant will play any part into him becoming a Cowboy? Because I believe that's a pretty fair question. Because, you know, if he put that star on his helmet, when he go back to New York, they going to be looking at him like this. Good grief, them people might not want nothing else to do with OBJ if he gone to that star on his helmet, if he put that mighty star on his helmet. New York might close all their doors on him. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think about that? I think that come into play too, man, because we know we are not the Browns. We are not the Rams. Like, they hate our guts. We are the mighty Cowboys. So with him being a former giant, that might come into play with him and his pride. He might be eating himself up like, man, I might just have to go to New York. Like, I don't know. I believe that might play a small part in it, but he might get the doors closed on him. You know what I'm saying? If he signed to the Cowboy, they gonna close that door on him. Shout out to Jameson Taylor. I feel like that's a big part that not many people discussing. I believe that's, you know what I'm saying? I believe that's significant because, you know, he might want to still have some small New York ties. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lord King in the building. Shout out to y'all. But what do y'all think about that while I go to a different topic? What y'all think? Do y'all think the fact that OBJ is a giant, will that come into play? Shout out to Cowboy Brian in the building. Thanks for the $5 super chat, sir. He says, and I quote, "You can't double team CeeDee, Gallup, and OBJ. We need him to free up everybody." Straight up. That's a fact. I feel like, man, y'all just don't understand. That's a great point because we don't need OBJ to be the superstar. Cause that's what the haters gonna say. Oh, y'all need OBJ. Y'all want OBJ. We don't need OBJ for real, but we can very much so use him. You know what I'm saying? If we can put OBJ into this offense, it will intensify everybody else's ability. like instantly, like at the snap of a button, at the push of a button, everybody else would be turned up, as we say. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody would be more dangerous when you add OBJ. It's just like the Amari Cooper effect. You know what I'm saying? Like when you put OBJ into this offense, CeeDee Lamb will become an unstoppable force. You know what I'm saying? When you put OBJ into this offense, Dalton Schultz will get any single thing that he wants. He will be able to eat a buffet forever. You know what I'm saying? Dalton Schultz he might get the big contract if we put OBJ into this offense. Michael Gallup going all of a sudden become some unstoppable force again. Like, everybody will get better looks from the defense when you add OBJ. And I would be very much surprised if we put him outside ever. Like, he should be a slot wide receiver for sure, like all the time. Like, leave him in the slot almost 99% of the time so he can eat up that middle. And just imagine you got your slot players, you got OBJ on this side, then you got Dalton Schultz eating up the slot too. Like, they going to have to make some decisions. We going to make them pick a Godfather offer. They going to have to make an offer. We going to make an offer that they cannot refuse, you understand? They going to have to pick. They going to have to pick their poison. And, you know, poison is bad. So, it don't matter which one you pick, you're getting killed, you understand? So, you right, Cowboy Brian. I think that will intensify us to a higher degree. Like, we would be scary if we put OBJ into that equation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sports Guru 95. Yeah. Shout out to you, sir. Y'all give me a second. I had my stuff aligned while I was talking about. Let me see. I got you. Hold on. Because that injury report looking scarce on their side. I know I'm early and we don't got the Friday results just yet, but let's look at these injuries they got. They got about 20 players on their injury report. It's looking very sad for them. Yeah, this a hurt team right here. Shout out to C. Burleson, man. What's happening? What's going on? But look, they got David Bakhtiari. He hurt. He did not participate. Like, man, that's a tackle. Then you got, that was Thursday. He was limited, though. Then you got somebody named Kyle Barnes. I never heard of that guy. DeAndre Campbell, that's a linebacker. Like Rasul Douglas. All of these players limited, injured. You know what I'm saying? Lazard even on here. Like, do they have anybody healthy? Like, that's the question right now at this point. And all we did over the bye week is get even more healthy. Get even more horses in the building, and that's just going to be scarce for them. So I can't wait to see how this team responds. Like, Mercedes Lewis on the injury report did not participate. Like, they don't have much to even speak on the offensive side as it is. And now you got Sammy Watkins not doing anything over there. You got Alan Lazard, the Lizard, not doing anything for real, and that's all he got. So, man, this is going to be tough for them because they're an injured team. And we are a healthy team, a ascending team, in my opinion. I feel like we haven't even seen our best football as of yet. And that's going to be a scary thing for them young men. That's going to be scary, y'all. And, you know, we got a few players on our injury report. I really hate we can't get the results for today yet because we so early. But yesterday, you know, Dorrance participated fully. We had Anthony Barr. He had a hamstring. He did not participate. So, you know, that's one thing I do want to talk about. I'm excited to see Damone Clark come in anyway. So we will be able to get a lot more reps from Damone Clark, and we'll be able to see exactly what he's capable of, and I just can't wait for that. Shout out to him. We seen the speed. We seen the awareness. That was a great film session by Law Nation, too. Law Nation showed the awareness that he had, how he was pointing out the plays, diagnosing the plays. That was an excellent thing from him. You know what I'm saying? That's very encouraging to see from such a young player, for him to be so aware and understand what's going on, diagnosing the plays, and aligning people. Like, Damone Clark has some supreme awareness, and that's impressive. So, yeah, if y'all ain't seen that, go check out that Damone Clark film session from Law Nation. Shout out to the GOAT, Law Nation. Shout out to him. Big Flock says, R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. Real Batman fans will know. I'm not familiar with that name. I might know his work, but I'm lacking on the name right now. So sorry, forgive me. Shout out to T Smooth in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Stop 6 E Breezy. What's happening? Excuse me. Okay, what about Zeke Elliott being limited? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I do not want Zeke nursing an injury the whole season again. We don't want 65% Zeke. We don't want 70% Zeke. I feel like we need Zeke at least like 80%. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along them lines at the very least. We will prefer him to be 100%, but if you can't be 100%, I'm going to need you to at least be 80% of Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Before you put yourself on that field, because you could potentially hurt this team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Joseph Sandberg, shout out to you, sir. He says, just let Zeke rest this game. I feel the same way. If you're not 100% and we're not lacking in the run game at all, we've seen what Tony Pollard is capable of doing. So, I mean, if Zeke is not all the way ready to go, man, I wouldn't rush him. Now, we might need him because the Packers pass rush is not too bad. So we probably gonna need a little more help on the pass pro, but I think we can survive this game without Zeke if he's not ready to go. And then if you seen his interview, he literally just said he's not sure how what his status is right now. And like, it's kind of concerning, man. I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that, I was like this. I said good grief, because I have never heard Zeke speak in that manner ever. Like, think about this. Zeke saying that he's not ready or he don't know how he feel. Like, even last year, you never heard Zeke speak in that way. So that's very concerning for him to say that, like, just honestly tell us the truth. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know. And you know what I'm saying? He was very uncertain on how he was feeling. So if that right there to me says he's not playing. Like, if you're not confident in your the way you feel, you shouldn't play. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple as that. You probably shouldn't play. And, we would love to have Zeke services, but, we don't want him to have to, re-aggravate an injury and be nursing it through the whole year again. We don't want that. So let Zeke get that'll be 4 full weeks where he missed the Bears game, the bye week. What did he? He just missed one game. Yeah, he missed the Bears game and the bye week and this week. And if he missed this game against the Packers, that'll be 4 full weeks for him to recover. So I believe the smart thing would be to let him do that. I believe that's in my opinion. Somebody said something interesting. I had missed it. Let me see. T Smooth said, just watch Boss Show from last night. And fan, you funny with your analogies, but it was on point. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I try to break stuff down to the simplest form to where everybody can understand. You know what I'm saying? Then, I do music, so, my metaphors gonna be, I'm gonna have some metaphors up under my sleeve now. You already know that. But shout out to OG Lokester09. Shout out to you. He says, yeah, I think Zeke is realizing that he messed up last year by playing injured. Yeah, like, I believe that, at a certain level, once you playing with a certain amount of injury, you know what I'm saying? Once the injury is taking over you, you need to go sit. Like, you do not need to hurt your team, man. So we love Zeke to death. We know he's a tough guy. We know he's a warrior. We know he's a wild boy. But if you not at least 85, 90%, just go sit, Zeke. You know what I'm saying? I hate it, but, it is what it is. We don't want you to stress that injury out at all, no more. But something I did think about, next year is going to be crazy. Like, I know I'm way ahead of time, but, man, okay, let's think about this. It's going to be crazy now, but think about this. If Tony just keep cutting up like this. Like, okay, Zeke sit this game. Tony have another 150, 200 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 60 yards receiving, just going crazy. And he just continue something similar like that throughout the year. Next year is going to be crazy, man. Because, Zeke is up for contract. I think that's the last year where you can kind of be flexible with his contract. And now you got Tony Pollard up for contract. Like, they're going to have to make a decision, man. That's going to be crazy. Especially if Tony keep playing like this. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Sandberg says, doing good. I would rather see Zeke more healthy with the Vikings game. Yeah, we going to need him for the Vikings because they offense a little explosive, and, we might want to see Mr. Kirk Cousins over there drinking Gatorade. Leave him on the bench. Him and Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Slow the game down and let them boys sit. Mr. Dicker says Zeke will be here in 2023. It's possible, but for what price? That's what's gone. That's what I'm speaking of. We love the players. We love Tony and Zeke. But it's like it's gonna have to be negotiated. You know what I'm saying? Because how much money are you willing to dedicate to your running back position? And we know running backs is not even not even held in that high regard no more these days. So how much money are you gonna dedicate to your running back position? Like, that's gonna be the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love both of the players, but it is what it is. It's gonna have to become somebody gonna have to probably leave here, sadly enough. And I don't want to lose Tony either, though. So you know what I'm saying? Tony looked like he might be about to outplay himself out of Dallas though, cause he just balling too hard. Let me see some of y'all comments. Did I miss anything? Let me see. Make sure I ain't miss nobody comment real quick. Yeah, if he take a pay cut, Mr. Digger, he in there then. If he take a pay cut, he in there. And I think Zeke the kind of guy that might do that. He got his money already. You know what I'm saying? He held out on us and he got his money. So I believe Zeke might, because Zeke seemed like he would want to be a Cowboy. Like, he almost on that Tyron Smith vibes. I've been hearing if Tyron Smith get moved, he gonna retire. Like, he's a Cowboy for life, DC4L for real. You know what I'm saying? So Zeke might be on that same type of vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see Zeke being in another uniform, man. He's a Cowboy, Shout out to Zeke, though. I just don't see Zeke wearing another uniform. What y'all think about that? I think Zeke might retire before he goes somewhere else, though. Yeah, Zeke ain't gonna lead that. You know what I'm saying? But, it's not going to be his choice after a while, though. Especially if he's not willing to, like Mr. Dick Charles said, take a pay cut. And that's going to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? He going to have to, get down with the get down. He going to have to. He going to have to play ball. Just like DeMarcus Lawrence was trying to be steadfast on what he wanted. And then, he ended up taking a little cut. So, he going to have to play ball. He going to have to negotiate and take a little pay cut. It is what it is. Especially if he want to remain a Cowboy, he going to have to play ball with Jaire. And you know how Jaire do when he get him in that negotiating room. He sound exactly like Landlord. He be like this. Mr. Ezekiel, let me holler at you, my boy. We understand what you are and everything you do for the team. But we're going to have to negotiate now. We can't take this rate that you're going for any longer. But I like Zeke, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think he do a lot of dirty work that gets overlooked, as well as being a consistent, power puncher throughout his career. He's been an outstanding player. Like, didn't they say this is his first game he missed for injury? That's hard to believe. That's outstanding. Shout out to Zeke. Cowboy Brian says nobody else is going to pay him top dollar. He not going nowhere. I believe that. I believe that. I believe at the end of the year, or maybe later on in this year, you might see a renegotiation in his contract. And then, everything will be fine. But like I said, do you think we're going to dedicate enough money to renegotiate Zeke and pay Tony? Tony might want a bag. We don't know. Tony's still young. Tony might be like, man, look, I'm a top running back in this league. Look at my numbers throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Tony might want a bag. We don't know how Tony feeling about himself. Tony might be smelling himself now. You know, Tony might be smelling himself. He might be feeling like he too big for his britches now. So we might have to see how Tony feel about that at the end of the year, and especially if he have an outstanding year. OG Loster 09 says, you think we going to draft a running back in the higher rounds next year, like 2 through 4? I could see a running back in round 3 or 4. I don't think they're going to go out. They don't want to draft running back too high anymore. Like Zeke probably was one of the last breed of that, like drafting a running back high. Hold on, was Saquon after him? I believe Saquon might have been the last high draft pick as a running back. Or maybe Christian McCaffrey or somebody. Like, they don't draft running backs that high no more. Like, that's just, I don't think you're going to see that for a long time after this. Like, it's going to be a minute before you see a running back being a top 10 pick, unless he just, phenomenal. Yeah, Saquon was the last one winning. So, was Christian McCaffrey before him? Well, I don't know how high did Christian McCaffrey go. I could be mistaken. But, yeah, Saquon, you ain't going to see no running back going that high no more. But Saquon, he's that level athlete, you know what I'm saying? But, the Giants took an L drafting him that high. Because he haven't even been there, and he hasn't produced. He hasn't lived up to that stock yet. So, and people see that. They like, oh, my God, I can't, we can't take an L to that level. Joseph says Christian was a top 10, I think, too. I believe so, too. So, I promise you, you know what I'm saying, we're not going to see too many running backs took that high no more. Like, that's over with. And like I said, unless he's a generational type talent, like a Barkley. He's a stinking giant, but he's a phenomenal athlete. Like, if you take the name off his jersey and the logo off his helmet and just evaluate the player, he's a phenomenal talent. But, you know what I'm saying, like, you ain't going to see that no more. Mr. Dicker says, James Washington in Law's voice, I believe he will not see James Washington until Jaire see what OBJ is going to do after he clears. Yeah, James Washington gonna be that Band-Aid. If we don't get OBJ, you gonna start seeing the Dallas media just start busting out with James Washington content. They gonna be like, James Washington gonna be the morning after pill. You understand? James Washington is gonna, help us cope with not being able to get OBJ. It's gonna be a failed attempt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Common Sense Lab in the building. What's happening? Look, it's going to be a failed attempt because I'm not buying that. I'm not finna, no, you're not going to, you know what I'm saying, bird feed me with James Washington and then talking about, oh, see, we ain't too sad of not getting OBJ. We got James Washington. I'll be like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not buying on that, sir. I drank a lot of Kool-Aid. I'm Mr. Half Glass Full, but I'm not buying that there, sir. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Not buying that. I know we still in it, but these contracts are very interesting, though, man, because, Dalton Schultz going to have to meet his maker, too. He going to have to come in there and, go to that table. And, this don't look like a stupendous year for him because of the injuries to him and Dak, and it's going to be kind of crazy, y'all. So, yeah, the offseason is looking kind of crazy. Okay, now let's talk about your boy CeeDee Lamb going up against Jaire Alexander. I feel confident in it, honestly. Jaire is a great corner. I don't know what his numbers looking like right now, but when you think about his skill set and, his size and his techniques is smooth, he's a pretty good corner. He plays the ball pretty decently too. He's long, lengthy. What y'all think about that matchup, man? This is probably, let me see. Is this not the best corner that CeeDee done went up against? Especially this year. This might be the best corner that CeeDee gonna go up against. I mean, as so far in the season. Who else like that? Let me see. Am I forgetting somebody, y'all? I think Jaire might be the best corner CeeDee going up against to this point in the year. Joseph Sandberg says these rookie tight ends aren't doing Schultz any favors. Facts, bro. Facts. I told you, they made Dalton Schultz, you know what I'm saying? They made Dalton Schultz heel like Wolverine. You understand? That man, he stapled his leg back together, whatever was wrong with him. He put it together with some paste and popsicle sticks. He made sure he got back on that field, you understand? He seen Jake Ferguson do that Euro. He said, hey, I'm gonna have to get up out here, man. I'm sorry. What our injury coach name is, I can't think of it right now, man. I know him, but I can't think of his name right now. But he done pushed this man out the way and said, hey, man, I got to get out there. I'm sorry. Let me go. He said, let me go, coach. Oh, yeah. He did play Slay and Ramsey, so y'all right. Ramsey went really on him a whole lot, though. I think Ramsey kind of stayed to his side, if I ain't mistaken. Slay was on him. A lot of the times, too. So, yeah, y'all right. Yeah, Brett Brown. He done throw Brett Brown out the way. He said, hey, man, get out of my way, bro. I got to get out here. You know what I'm saying? I got to get out here. Did you see? Look, he had a real intense conversation with Brett Brown. He looked at him. He said, look, man, did you just see what this man just did out here? I can't afford it. No, sir. He done punched Brett Brown and got out there, man. Schultz seen that. He knew better. He knew he could not tolerate that. So, you know, them tight ends, man, I love them, man. I absolutely love these tight ends, man. Like, I love them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TA Cowboys in the building. She said, hey, what's up, Landlord? Chat, I'm ready to get this dub. Yeah, absolutely. We gonna get this dub on them boys. You already know how we do it in the trap. You already know how we do it in the trap, man. Common Sense Lab said, did you hear Mike McCarthy press conference today? I ain't hear it today. I know it be coming on around the time I'm trying to get the show together too. Did he have some interesting notes you want to talk about, Mr. Common Sense Lab? I have to go back into it when I get done with this. He said November football is where you see more rookies or young players. So he finna put my boy Sam Williams up in that thing now. Hey, let's go. Yes, sir. Red and T Smooth. You already know that trap be jumping. So, is Mike McCarthy saying he finna increase my boy Slam Williams reps today? Yes, sir. Get that boy up in there. Know what I'm saying? I think he would love to get a piece of Mr. Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers sees Slam Williams, hey, when he seen that Detroit film, Aaron Rodgers was like this. Good grief. Aaron Rodgers look like he say good grief for real, don't he, y'all? Aaron Rodgers actually used good grief. You know, I do it for comedic purposes. Aaron Rodgers probably like good grief for real. You know, he be on them shrooms and stuff. Ain't no telling, man. He don't want no smoke with that boy. But, man, I think this defense can improve. Like, he said Cox and Turpin and Clark and Harper and Williams, etc. Yeah. I would love to see Turpin get more reps, get more run. Is Harper back? Is Harper back yet? I think he on IR, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he on IR. Mr. Deacon said, I freaking love them tight ends too. Yeah, they so gangster, Mr. Deacon. I ain't gonna lie. I love them. I love them, boy. I see them on the film. They all got a certain attitude about themselves. They block for real. You know, they got a little nastiness to them. You know, that's right up my alley. I like how gangster they is. I love it. Who 08 D Rose? You know that's a good grief. We don't want nobody. We won't wish that health condition on nobody, sir. They did D Rose so wrong back when he used to get hurt, man. Good grief. They used to roast him so bad. And then look who laughing now though, cause D Rose balled like the last couple years. D Rose got his get back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dallas Dog. I don't know if I seen him, sir. He said, yes, sir. Turpin need touches. Our tight ends solid, and Harper need to get in the mix. Is Devin Harper back? Somebody let me know now. Let me see. I can look it up. I don't think Devin Harper back. I know last I seen he was on injury reserve. Oh, he said D Rose in his prime in 08. Oh, okay. That was that 1 year then, when it, you know what I'm saying? Because you know he got hurt instantly. Like, he was phenomenal that first year. Yeah, he's still out, y'all. What y'all keep saying him for? Because I don't know when he come back. Hopefully he trending to get back, though. He was good for 1 year, that MVP year. And then, you know, it went all downhill for D Rose. Yeah, it went all downhill for D Rose. I don't even know who you were talking about, Red. Who you were calling D Rose? Red says too, Show's gone after this season. You know, I believe so, man. It'll have to be Dak will have to stand on top of the table and say, no, sir, he will not. Dak gonna have to be adamant about it. Dak gonna have to let them know, look, man, Schultz is my guy, and he ain't going nowhere. And to be honest, we haven't seen Dak do nothing like that. We ain't seen Dak do that for many people. So we'll see how he feel, how strong his feelings is for Mr. Don Schultz. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna have to stand on the table for Schultz. He said, oh, okay. He's saying the trap jumping like 08 rolls. Okay. I got you. Yes, sir. It's jumping like that now. You know, we jumping over here. We trying to get that line around the corner now. So we need them shares and them likes. You understand? We appreciate everything y'all do. Especially all my mods. We in the building. So, yeah, man, it's going to be very interesting in this contract situation. But what can solve all of it if we just win? If we win a Super Bowl, we wouldn't care about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest. We wouldn't care about none of these people. Like, we got our rings, so now we can take the meat and spit out the bones and see how we, you know what I'm saying, how we want to handle this stuff. OG Loster said, Jaire said on 105.3 The Fan, shout out to them, that current players recruiting OBJ reminds some of the past players recruiting Sanders. We all know how that worked out. Absolutely. We got him. Shout out to Lord King. You know that Deion Sanders is my second favorite athlete. I don't know if y'all knew that. That's just a fun fact. That's my second favorite athlete on the planet. So yeah, I'm a big Deion guy. Miss Adika said, I heard that, Loster. She talking to him. She said, like Jordan. Yeah, Jordan my number one. I don't think that's hard to, know what I'm saying, guess. But it's Jordan and Deion for me. But, yeah, man. He said MJ, then Deion. Yeah, that's me, Dallas dog. That's me. Yeah, Jordan, then Deion. You know, you might have to throw somebody like Emmett up in there after that. The city gonna go crazy if we get OBJ. Facts. Like, facts. Shout out to King Brian in the building. What's happening? You know we up in this thing. You know where we at? Up in the trap. You already know. Yeah. Hey, man, I don't think Deion get enough credit for how he doing over there at Jackson State either. Because, man, he been phenomenal, man. Deion got the greatest speeches. If you want to be motivated, man, listen to a little Deion Sanders at the beginning of your morning. Because he don't play. He be motivating them guys off the chain. He said, Kobe and Sanders. No, sir. No Kobe over here. Kobe is outstanding, though. But, you know, I'm a Spurs fan, man. So, you know, I love Kobe as what he did for the game. But I'm a Spurs fan. I can't, Kobe terrorized my team for years. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all respect. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe was too nice, man. Kobe was so good, he made you mad. That's just like Brady. That I put them in the same kind of category. Like, you know, we understand how great they are, but they've been killing our teams. So how much you want us to like them? You know what I'm saying? Brady been whooping us since he been playing. And then Kobe come up there and just, going crazy on my Spurs. I used to see Kobe and do like this now, I ain't gonna lie. Good grief, Kobe was a fool with it, man. That boy, though, he was a headache to the Spurs. Like, he was a headache to the Spurs nation, I ain't gonna lie. But, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got my nice little list, though. And, Deion number 2, he the second greatest athlete, in my opinion. How many people play both sides of the ball in football? Then you go to baseball and win a World Series. That boy Deion nice, man. And ain't too many people like that boy. He covered the whole side of the field. Yeah, Bo Jackson one of them too. If I ain't mistaken, Bo Jackson from my state too, ain't he? Let me see. I think Bo Jackson from here. I believe Bo Jackson might be from here. I know he at Auburn. I know he went to Auburn, right? Yeah, I think he went here. I think he from here. Yeah, he from here. Yeah, he went to McAdoo. Yeah, Bo Jackson, yeah. He one of our players. He came from that Alabama water, you understand? That boy was nice. Bo knows. Yeah, Bo was nice, though. But, he's a Raider. So, we ain't gonna give him all that now. Then he went to stinking Auburn, so, we'll admire him from a distance. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We'll admire him from a distance. That's all he get. You get a thumbs up, and then we're gonna change the subject. Shout out to Columbus Hill in the building. Said, wait a second now. The Spurs gave the Lakers all they wanted and moved. Remember, we won 4 championships during Kobe era. Absolutely. For sure now. You already know I know. But that was basically the championship though, Columbus Hill. When we played them, like, we was the best. Like, it was Lakers or Spurs, and whoever won that game was gonna win the championship. Then if it went Lakers and Spurs, it was Spurs and Suns. Like, those were the real championships back then, on the west side. Like, it went, the East was like, the East was womp like Boston. The East was terrible. So the Western Conference Finals was the real finals, in my opinion. So when we played Kobe, when we played Nash, that was the championship. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So you right. Duncan dominated both of them now. He said, I couldn't hold my boy. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that, Red. You tried to set me up now, boy. I'm just playing. But, not Red. I know y'all got me talking about basketball, so we're going to get back to Cowboys just a second, but I got to shut them down. Now, Tim Duncan dominated Shaq and Kobe with a rookie Tony Parker. Now, I think that was a rookie Ginobili or a rookie Tony Parker. And the other one, I can't remember what order, but one of them was a rookie, and the other one was like a second-year player, and he ain't had hardly no points. And Tim Duncan dominated the whole playoffs and beat the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe by himself, basically, and won the championship. So don't play with my boy now. Mr. Nigga, we sports fans now. They get to talking, we just talking, but we getting back to the Cowboys now. Hey, I just wanted to let them know now. Don't play with Tim now. But yeah, man, I'm ready to see that matchup between Jaire and CeeDee though. What y'all think about that matchup? Who y'all got in that matchup? I know we Cowboy fans, but Jaire kind of nice though. Yeah, Red said he remember that dunk. Yeah, Jaire kind of nice though. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Moves in the building. He said, but I'm Dallas, Big D, Cowboys, Mavs, Rangers, Stars, fan for life. Go Cowboys. For sure, go Cowboys, though. I can't get mad at the Mavs, though. That's our little brothers. But, yeah, we in here, man. I'm excited about this matchup, though. So, the one thing you seen that reigned across the whole Cowboy Nation is, everybody understands how big this game is. Regardless of what Mike McCarthy says and what he feels, you know what I'm saying? We understand the magnitude of this game for him. And I believe they said he kind of teared up in one of them press conferences, too. OG Loster said the Packers will likely focus on shutting down CeeDee, so we have to go tight end heavy. I believe, let me see. they run defense ain't that good either. So if we go in here running, they gonna be smoked. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If our run game can do anything against them, they getting smoked. I feel very good about this matchup. I think the one thing I'm concerned about on their offense is Aaron Jones. I know he hurt, but he scarred us, y'all. Let's just be real. He scarred us that game. We went enough focus on Aaron Rodgers, and they just ran it down our throat that year. What year was that? Somebody know. But Aaron Jones had like 4 touchdowns on us. Like, we can't sleep on him. I don't care how hurt he say he is. That boy had like 4 touchdowns on us. He was the reason that they won. Shout out to Sugar Daddy Williams in the building. So, us, we been struggling with the run semi, in my opinion. As long as people ain't scoring, that's the most important to me. But we have been semi-struggling with the run, so that's something you got to take into account. And with him coming back potentially, I seen they say he had like a brace on and he kind of limited. So we got to see. We can't go small on him. We can't play with him now. You know what I'm saying? We cannot play with him. And you cannot underestimate your opponent ever. So that's why when you hear me talk like this, I know some people don't do the research to understand like what these teams capable of. So I don't be wanting my people going out there just saying outlandish stuff and they don't have things to back it up. You know what I'm saying? Do not underestimate nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. So if you don't underestimate nobody, you're going to whoop them good. You know what I'm saying? If they capable of playing good, you are already ready for that. So don't underestimate nobody. I believe we can beat the crap out of these boys. We're going to have Swiss cheese and shredded cheese everywhere when we leave Wisconsin. But I don't want to play with them. But like I said, it's very important. This game right here, I hope Mike McCarthy did the first 15. You know what I'm saying? You know, we like what we see from Kellen Moore right now, but this first 15 right here, to start this game out is very, very critical. Because just as motivated as we is, the Packers are super motivated too, y'all. Now, I know they got inferior talent over there, but them boys done lost 5 in a row. Good grief. Could y'all imagine if we lost 5 games in a row going up into this game? Like, you know, we got our back to the wall. Them boys got their back to the wall. They fighting for their life right now. So we got to match that intensity. And I feel like it's going to be very important for us to come in here. Like I said, that's why I said I want Mike McCarthy to script out these first 15 plays. I don't want Kellen to do it. I want Mike McCarthy to script out these first 15 plays because I think it's going to be very, very important for us to be successful at the beginning of the game. I feel like as soon as we get the ball, this might be a take the ball first game. That's what this is. This will take the ball first game. We want the ball. We want the ball. I don't even want to see A-Rod first. We want the ball first. We go out there and do exactly what we did in Chicago and go scope. I think that's important. This game is important. We don't want to let them get the ball first and then they go out and be successful and then start smelling themselves a little bit. No, I think it's very important for us to get the ball first, go down there and score 7. If we do that, that's going to put a lot of doubt into their head because they already a struggling team. You know what I'm saying? They struggling big time right now. So if you go in there and punch them in the mouth early, let them ants know that we stumping them and squashing them out with a sledgehammer. That's how you dominate this team. That's how you make them say good grief and it's over with. That's how you do it. Mr. Dicka Charles said, I've been getting on one of these YouTubers for bringing out false content. I don't know. I don't want to talk about nobody now. Don't have me in the crossfire, Mr. Dicka. But, you know, like it's possible now because, you know, if you don't do this is why I say I might even risk saying stuff that y'all don't like because I want y'all to be informed when we go out there. Because I seen a lot of people jump on Boss last night, but Boss wasn't lying. Like, he was telling the truth. Like, Aaron Rodgers, I said this, did I not say this the day before? When I said that I seen Aaron Rodgers still making Aaron Rodgers type plays and throws. And everybody was like, nah, he done. I'm telling y'all, he's still capable. Now, the team and the wide receivers that he throwing to, they're not too great. So that's why I said I be wanting my people to be informed. So don't just go on Twitter and go to your workplace saying outlandish things. When you talk with, conviction, I want you to be informed so you can know, like, hey, my team gonna do this because I seen this, we seen the film, we went over the players, we understand this. Instead of just saying outlandish things, you know what I'm saying? That you don't want to go out there just saying stuff, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Element in the building. And Thomas A. Jaire. How you doing? King Element says he turned into Jesus when he plays us. You got to take that into consideration, y'all. Like, we look, when you hear people saying stuff like this, do not take it the wrong way. We are just realistic and logical. We know what Aaron Rodgers is capable of. But one thing, I'm not one of those scary fans either when you start to forget what we capable of. You know what I'm saying? When you understand what we capable of, that's when you have your confidence too. But I just don't want people to be a little overconfident and you know what I'm saying, just saying outlandish things. Aaron Rodgers is still capable. He had our number in the past, and we need to go in here and take it back. You know what I'm saying? We got a very traumatic history against Aaron Rodgers, and we got to put that in the mud right now today. You understand? We got to stump this man out. You feel me? Yeah, true guys. He's still Aaron Rodgers. And a man that has accomplished that much, you got to, you know what I'm saying, take that into account. You got to respect that. But make no mistake about it. You right, Mr. King Element. He hasn't played that line yet. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played that line. Reddy Red said Cowboys by 20. I'm feeling you, though. I'm feeling you. I'm rocking with you. But like I said, it's going to have to be calculated. It's going to have to be executed properly. If we come in here and punch these boys in the mouth, like the great Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. If we come in there and punch them boys in the mouth ASAP from out the gate, this going to get ugly. Now, if we come out there fumbling around, doing goofy stuff, getting untimely penalties and stuff like that, that's when it could be a problem. Yeah, that's when it could be a problem if we don't come out here and assert our dominance over these people. We do not want to give them no type of confidence. Mr. Bossamu said, how many sacks you think will our defense get? I think I want Dan Quinn to make our corners play press this game because we know that they're not capable. Don't give them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Make them beat you. Because sometimes you'll see Anthony Brown playing 10, 15 yards off the line. If you do that, if Dan Quinn make our corners play press, know what I'm saying? Because they got some scrubs. You right, Thomas A. Garrett. Them boys are some scrubs on that wide receiving core. Let's just be real. If we play press man against these boys and make them earn every yard, every inch, now we can discuss how many sacks I believe we'll get. So if we play press man and do not allow all this easy check down stuff, make Aaron Rodgers stay in the pocket, know what I'm saying? I want to keep him contained. He's super dangerous when he's moving, and he's very accurate. So if we play press man, I believe that number goes up. So let me see. I see Michael with a two sack game. Yeah, he do really red. Now, don't keep making me talk about basketball. You're gonna get the chat box mad at me. But I could see Michael with a 2-sack game. I could see D-Law might get some this game. I could see Dorrance Armstrong getting a cleanup sack this game. I could see Sam Williams making a bunch of pressures and might get one this game. So I say, if you think about this Cowboy defense, we run the NFL according to sacks now and pressures. So what the over and under would be, you know what I'm saying? The over and under far as sacks might be 5 for the Cowboys. So I say 5 or better. You know what I'm saying? I say we getting 5 or better. And if that's the case, it's going to be night for Mr. Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be closed curtains for him. If we come out there and assert our dominance and beat up on this boy early, we cannot let them get excited at all. We don't want to hear the fans cheer at all. You understand? We don't want to hear not one cheer. This right here?
Yeah.
No. We don't want to hear that at all, y'all. We do not want to hear not one cheer from Lambeau Field. When we get in there, we want to jump on them early and beat the stuffing out of these boys, man. That's how we dominate this game. And then with us doing this for Mike McCarthy, with us doing it for Big Mike, I feel like that's how we going to step out there. We going to step out there with intentions, bad intentions on these boys. You understand? Shout out to Bruce Got the Juice. You understand? Shout out to you. Shout out to Cowboy Execution. Shout out to Matt. You got a simple name. His name is just Matt. I understand. I like it. You understand? Shout out to you, sir. But yeah, man. Shout out to Willie Vassar. Shout out to you. But yeah, man. I feel like we come out there with intent because this is for Big Mike. Make no mistake about it. And I told y'all, I feel like Big Mike is one of them people who is a low-key players coach. And you can see it. Like fans, us as fans, we sit back and wonder, like, what does Mike McCarthy do? But the players see every little detail that he do. And they love him. This team loves Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there hate on Mike McCarthy and don't like him, but you better believe your team love Mike McCarthy. Them boys love Mike McCarthy. Sugar Daddy Williams says, one cheer when they pull Aaron Rodgers after 4 picks and 5 sacks. Facts on my life. Now that's when I want to hear the cheers. When we make them bench Aaron Rodgers, that's the only time y'all allowed to chill now. We don't want to hear not one happy sound coming out of Lambeau Field. Say, not one happy sound do we want to hear now. I'm telling you, I want to beat them boys to sleep out there. We want to beat the stuffing out of them. We're going to have shredded cheese. I told we're going to have Swiss cheese and shredded cheese every single while now. That's how we do it up in the trap. Yeah, that's how we do it up in the trap. Shout out to King Element. He said, Diz getting one this game. But one thing about Aaron Rodgers, he don't really turn the ball over that much. But that's what's been I believe that's what's making the headlines this year. That's what's making everybody like, wow, Aaron Rodgers sucks now. Because he's turning the ball over and he's been historically great with protecting the football. I believe that's what's making the headlines, making everybody go mad and insane, making everybody go crazy. Because they seeing him actually turning the ball over these days and it's alarming to them. But in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers always been one of them stat quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. You see Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball away way more often than anybody else. Aaron Rodgers throw that ball away. You can tell he got a lot of selfishness in his game too. Because Aaron Rodgers will throw that ball away with no problem. Screw everything. I'm not finna try nothing. If I don't like it, I'm throwing it away. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be kind of hard to get him into some risky throws from time to time. But if this defensive line play like I wanted to play, he ain't going to have no choice. You know what I'm saying? He going to just be doomed. He going to be like this. He just going to be doomed. And I think we can pull off a game like that. Now, this one game, I want to see Micah being a little more versatile. I want to see Micah blitzing from the A gap, blitzing from the B gap, go over the C gap, go to the right side, left side. I want to see Micah everywhere. I want to see him blitzing from the linebacking spot. I want to put a whole lot of stress on Mr. Aaron Rodgers because he's seen everything. He's played a whole lot of football. So I want to put some stress on this boy. I want to have him stressed out. He going to need a couple mushrooms after this game. You understand? He going to need some of them psychedelics after this game right here. You understand me? He going to need some. Yes, sir. Mr. Dan Quinn going to put it on him now. But yeah, man. I know we got slightly off subject. You understand? Don't blame me. Blame the chat box. Blame my heart. I'm a sports fan. I'm a sports fan through and through. You understand? And I am not scripted. I like to do it kind of freestylish because I can interact with the chat accurately how it comes. And I think I pretty much perform well on my feet. I'm quick on my feet now. So I think it do for a decent show. So make no mistake about it, man. I really do appreciate everything y'all do. All the love and support, we really appreciate it over here at Landlord Sports up in the. We do. Yeah, we do. But you already know, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate everybody, man. We finna get this dub. We finna go ahead and smack around Mr. Aaron Rodgers. We finna do it for Big Mike. Hey, we might need a hashtag, do it for Big Mike in here. You understand? We finna get this win for Big Mike. Everybody coming back refreshed, healthy, and ready to go. Ready for war. Finna go ahead and smack on them Packers. You understand? Shout out to Mickey with the $5 super chat out at the buzzer. Shout out to you. She says, and I quote, been busy with my work, fam, but happy to catch the end of the show. Hope you're well. I am, man. I really appreciate that, Mickey. And yeah, I seen you on Facebook. You know, I put a face on that. So we appreciate you, Mickey. Over here at Landlord Sports. And once again, salute to all the veterans, you know, all the ones that we lost and everybody that's still here. We really appreciate your sacrifices. And to the families, because the families, they have a big job into that, the stuff that the veterans do for them too. So, man, we appreciate everything here, you know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. R.I.P. to my big brother, Dedrick Jordan. And, you know, like we say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. You already know we in the trap. Let's go. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day. Good morning. TGI. You know what I'm saying? Thank